Now you can see me. You were not able to see me. Well, hello everyone again. That was a technical difficulty right there, but thank you for joining me tonight. If you're watching this live, a couple of interpreters asked me to do this, to share with you guys the article that we published. To talk about it a little bit, I'm gonna share that article right now. It's 7 o'clock, and so now here it is. I'm gonna be scrolling down a little bit. Okay, top 12 reasons to vote for Washington interpreters. Now you've seen the videos, you've seen the emails, you've seen the flyers. Okay, these are the top 12 reasons, and of course we have more. But number one, we are independent. Okay, we are the only independent union trying to represent our fellow L&I interpreters. And there has been a lot of talk about our bylaws, but our bylaws ensure that we would not affiliate with or send any dues money to other organizations. Now, when you click on the hyperlink right here, it's gonna take you to our bylaws. And when you click on the PDF sign right here, this is what you see. But the affiliations right here, Article 2, which says Washington interpreters shall not affiliate with nor pay any dues, fees, or per capita taxes to any other labor union, collective bargaining representative, or other organizations. Okay, we made it clear to make it a point that we would not be affiliated, pay any dues or taxes to any other bigger union or other organization. So, you know, when we win, our local dues are gonna stay local. Why? Well, because we're not gonna be sending any dues to any other organization like WFC does, to AXME, AFL-CIO, the WFC Council, 68% of their dues. We're not gonna be doing that. So the other thing is, you may have heard before, oh, Washington interpreters, their leaders don't have any experience. And when I hear things like that, I just laugh, because they have these organizers, and these organizers have no experience in our field, because as I have demonstrated to you, we have done a good job showing the truth. They're not interpreters. We're the ones working on L&I jobs. So, people want to judge and take these little snippets and repeat what they hear from WFC, but they don't hear themselves. So no, we are the ones with the experience. As we have said before, we collectively have many years of experience in the industry, and our sole purpose will be to fight for L&I interpreters. Also, we have accountability. Washington interpreters, the members, if we get to win, the members will control the future, okay, of the organization, the direction, through the election of union officers, bargaining teams, and even directly amending the bylaws. And that's one thing that, when compared to the other union, they have a very strict system where members cannot directly amend the bylaws unless they have it. They have, every few years. So you have to really wait for a long time and have to get approval from a lot of local unions to change WFC's bylaws. Washington interpreters is not going to have that problem, because we're going to be, accountable. Okay, we're going to have our members directly amending the bylaws. We're going to be accountable and independent. Now, information. Guys, if there's one thing, through mechanisms like our popular, YouTube channel, we're the only union that has worked so much to provide our fellow L&I interpreters with, not only useful information, but accurate information, okay, about what's happening, the developments in our industry. And, like I was saying, if there is one thing that I'm personally proud of, and then with our team with Washington interpreters, is that we pride ourselves into giving you the facts. We work very, very hard So you have the information that you need. But you know, the amount of time that I have personally invested into this, you have no idea. The thousands of pages that we have read from public disclosure requests, interviews, meetings, documents, interacting with lawyers. You have no idea, but we have done it, and we don't regret anything. But if there is a union that has given you the information, it's Washington Interpreters. Okay, so that's one thing that the other side, they pretend to have, but they also conceal and hide the true information about what you need to know. Optional membership with no gimmicks, okay? But under our bylaws, interpreters can join or cancel their membership at any time. However, our competition, WFC, requires you to keep paying dues for up to a year after you cancel. And I kid you not. Okay, so they have these contracts. And before it used to be that you would sign this contract to become a member with WFC for the DSHS contract, and you would have to wait until a certain month of the year to get out. So what they did now was, you can sign up to be a member of the DSHS union now, but if you want to opt out, you could opt out at any time, but you have to wait until 1 year so they stop deducting dues from your bank account. Why, if you don't want to be part of an organization, they sneakily introduce the fine print. So you have to pay up to a year because you signed some contract. And so one thing that Washington Interpreters is not going to do is that, okay? We're not going to be tying people to a contract for 1 year. People are going to be free to leave whenever they want. Also, one more thing. If when we win, hopefully we'll win, if you don't want to be a member, look, you vote for us right now, you do not have to become a member. Isn't that beautiful? Of course, we would like everyone to become a member so we have more than enough resources to represent our fellow L&I interpreters and have union expenses and everything that entails. But there are federal laws in place where we cannot have you as a member if you don't want to. Okay, we'll represent you, but if you vote for us, we become the union, we would be more than happy. I would personally be more than happy if even like 50 or 100 people join. We want 1,000 more, but if only 100 want to become a member, hey, at least we have a union that's certified to represent our fellow L&I interpreters. We'll make some time to go to Olympia and bargain for the necessary changes and benefits that we need. That is all we need. As long as we have our jobs through a dual system where you could take appointments from the scheduling system and bill directly to L&I, we're good. See, we're not dues hungry like WFC. What we want is to have our jobs back to succeed, okay? Guys, we're gonna have lower dues. Washington Interpreters dues are set by our bylaws. Again, if you go to the article, you click on all the blue links right here, you'll see the bylaws. It's gonna be 1% of what you're paid by L&I, which is 33% lower than the dues rate charged by our competition, WFC. Think about that. Unlike the other union, we would not owe anything to other unions because we are independent and not affiliated to anybody, okay? So we're not looking to represent 49, 50, 100 different industries. We're not looking to represent all of these people. We're looking to represent only interpreters. Another point that we're going to have here is our dues. We're not going to be using dues for politics. Washington Interpreters will only make political contributions with funds members contribute specifically for that purpose. So unlike our competition, it is in our bylaws that we're not going to be giving union dues to any political candidates or organizations. So here's the thing. A union is a very beautiful, simple thing. It's not supposed to be a political movement like some people believe from their countries or what they have seen from WFC. A union is just a collection of interpreters getting together and saying, we want Washington Interpreters to be our union. We win. We go to Olympia at the time accorded, the legislature, and we say, our constituency, they chose us to be the union. We're certified to represent them. And we would like to see these changes to improve our working conditions detailed in this contract. It is as simple as that. Does that guarantee we're going to get everything? No. But we have the leverage because we would be the union that wins. We do not need to pay off any politicians, people. We do not need to bribe anyone. We do not need to do what they do. We do not need to take union dues from our members to pay for political campaigns to guarantee somebody's going to help us. No, they're supposed to help us. However, we could have a fund, separate fund, made up of donations from members, donations that are not going to be from union dues, if we want to sponsor a certain political candidate. That's the way to do it, and that's the way that Washington Interpreters would do it. Membership, okay, is actually open for L&I Interpreters, and this one is pretty basic, but our competition in their bylaws only allow DSHS interpreters to be members, so we had to mention that. And I have done videos about this. I have done emails and stuff like that showing how the other union, WFC, in their own bylaws from the WFC Council and the bylaws from Interpreters United, the bylaws from the WFC Council, they don't represent workers directly. They only represent local unions. The bylaws from Interpreters United, they only represent the DSHS interpreters and didn't include L&I interpreters. They'll dance around this. They'll say doesn't matter. But they'll have to answer to PERC about that one. Mark my words. Okay? We have started the union election process in November 2020. This is something that we have shown you many times before. And I just wanted to, make a mention right here. And to start the election, we have to have 30% of signed cards. WFC was later added to our petition. Okay, they filed a complaint and then the election was delayed for about 6 months. And that's why we're here. On Tuesday, next Tuesday, the election is gonna end. That's gonna be over 30 days for the union that wins to negotiate a contract. What will we do if we win on Tuesday? Call L&I right away. We need to talk and set up some dates right now because we would be certified to negotiate, right? So it's not a big deal negotiating with the state. It doesn't have to take 1, 2, 3, 4 months. They wanted to make it seem that way because they want you to vote out of fear. WFC does. They want you to vote out of fear, but it doesn't have to be this way. Negotiations could be hard. Negotiations could be easy, but we know what we need. We're the workers. We just have to sit down and say, look, our constituents right here, this is what they want. Okay, this is a whole process. It doesn't have to take long, but I want you to be cognizant of these things. Okay, now also we have consistently fought to move forward with the union election. Okay, we are actually qualified, and as we have explained before, our competition likely cannot be legally certified to represent L&I interpreters. So this is what I'm gonna be asking right now. Why voting for them? If you have not voted right now, I think, we have done a very good job exposing their platform, how they have fractured the L&I industry for more than 10 years, their plans to have a revolving door of interpreters flooding the market. If you do not have a limit, and look, do I want new interpreters to become certified? Of course. Who doesn't want to be an interpreter? It is good, but you have to have a balance. When you have 10,000, 20,000 interpreters. At this point, if they don't put a cap on it, you're going to have so many interpreters and so limited amount of hours to go around. And so they're going to be okay, we'll see if they win, because even if you get 2 or 3 hours a day worth of appointments, not enough to make a living, guess what? They still get to get your union dues, which is what they want, union dues. What we want is for our fellow L&I interpreters to have multiple appointment options. Video and telephone interpretation directly from L&I, getting paid directly instead of L&I paying out-of-state companies where they take a huge commission out of those appointments. We want to get those directly. Why not? We were doing it through the pandemic, okay, because Washington Interpreters actually made it happen. Don't ever forget that. But the other union, they don't want that. And so another thing that we're fighting over is we're fighting for the right to negotiate over scheduling. Okay, so L&I, they think that once a union is formed, the position that they have is that interpreters cannot be able to bargain over the scheduling and distribution of appointments. Okay, and the other union, WFC, they sided with the state. We, Washington Interpreters, we have taken L&I to court to fight for our right to have a say in this issue. And you know this. Actually, we still have that litigation going on. There is an appeal filed with the Thurston County Superior Court over the decision from PERC not to remove the scheduling system. Remember, we talked about this for the better part of the last year and this year. L&I implemented this system in the middle of the election. They defended themselves legally. We thought we had very legal arguments. They didn't plan this out. They didn't know when they were going to implement this. So we filed an appeal with the Thurston County Superior Court. At any time, we're going to have a court date. And fingers crossed, God willing, we're going to get a victory. But the victory is not just to remove a system or a company. It's not about the company. It's about L&I not wanting interpreters to bargain over the distribution of appointments. You have the right to question interpreting works. You have the right to question how your appointments are being distributed. You have the right to say, how come such and such person was outside this clinic at the same time I was, and this person got so many appointment requests and I got 0. You have a right to question the algorithm. You have a right to bargain over those that distribution of appointments. And so we have the article on how to vote in the union election through our blog post right here. We have the article about Quan Tran, the Interpreters United president, exposing WFC as corrupt. Go to our website, to the blog post, and check the YouTube election series that we have with 24 videos. This is the election series detailing everything you need to know about the election process, our platform as Washington Interpreters, and a lot of relevant information. And those are not the only videos that I have made through the years. We have many videos in that YouTube channel. Now, this is surreal. We finally achieved the election. This has been our goal from the beginning. I'm happy we have the election. Of course, we want to win, but whatever happens, interpreters, L&I Interpreters, now we have the chance to choose the union that's going to be there representing us. Hopefully, you make the right choice. We believe Washington Interpreters is the right choice. Please give us a chance. Vote for us. Have a good night and have a great weekend.